All right, good evening, everyone. This is our episode 6 of Tactical Tuesday Talks T3. My name is Charles with Biker Tactical, and we are going to go over kit. So as you can see, I am wearing one of my kits tonight. We'll go over at least 3 or 4 different kits that I have set up. So first thing we're going to talk about is what purpose is your kit, your mission for the kit. So this one here is just a quick grab and go, minus the helmet. I really just have a battle belt that's quick and easy to throw on. I have a real quick, this is a Tacticon Battle Vest Light plate carrier with some level 3 plates in it. Real simple, real quick and easy. I don't have anything on it. It's some, nothing on the sides, nothing on the back. The belt setup is kind of busy, but most of my belt setups are going to be like this. Where there's not much real estate left on the belt for a reason. So first off, this kit is a placard system, which I switched to, and I really like the placard system. What that means, I can take this placard off. If I had another placard, slap that on. So I could have this set up real quick. For if I want to run PCC, if I want to run just pistol, if I want to run admin, medical, whatever it is that I want to do, is just quick and easy, just taking it off and putting it on. Like I said, I wore this all Saturday, so I have my handy dandy hand warmers in this because it was cold at the Frozen Fury match. Standing out there watching the guys compete. Yes, I was watching. I was just had my tent set up. I was a vendor there, so I wasn't shooting, unfortunately. But next time. But this is nice because these can go out and they'll go back into my other kit that I normally have it in. So we'll go over what it is first and what I have on there. So again, it's Tacticon Battle Vest Light. I've got level 3 plates with trauma pads in there. Always put trauma pads in. If you don't know, just plates alone will stop incoming rounds, but that trauma plate is going to give some cushion. Could prevent you from getting broken ribs, excessive bruising. Could actually keep you conscious, depending on what you're getting shot with and how many times. We'll briefly go over later about different plates. I'm not well versed on it as much, but I have a basic set of knowledge on plates and levels. Then I have I don't even know the brand, just a simple triple placard. Holds 3 rifle mags of 5.56. I do have shoulder pads on this one. These, I did not like the thin shoulder pads, so I did go with shoulder pads from Shellback. Yep, Shellback Tactical. They're really cheap and easy to throw on. This is fitted for pontoons on the inside. I have not gotten them yet. I think HRT sells individual pontoons. What the pontoons do is on the inside, you'll see people doing this all the time, or this. One, it keeps their hands warm, but it's actually taking the plate carrier and getting it off their body, allowing airflow. If you've ever worn a kit all day, you sweat a lot. It's hot. So the pontoons give you some standoff, which does give you some breathing room inside the some airflow. The one downside with it is it does make your whole kit bigger. It does stack it out more, especially if you're running a kit that is already bulky, like my other one that I'll show you later. I've got a simple little elastic tourniquet that I hang underneath. Sometimes I'll put it to left or right. Right now it's just dangling underneath. This one, I don't have anything on the sides or back because this is just a grab and go simple rifle kit. The battle belt is also a Tacticon. This is their battle belt V2, I think. I can't remember, but I've got our mag carriers, our single universal 940 double stack mag carriers, an AR mag carrier. I've got a AR 500 small back med kit, and then I have a hard shell tourniquet that I have tucked in behind there. It's kind of uncomfortable. I will be changing that out. I do have a radio pouch for my Baofeng radio. I have a toolkit or tool pouch for my mutt. And I have somewhere I'm missing back here, dump pouch. Yep, I'm just skipped over my dump pouch. And then I have, of course, a open top, not duty level holster. This is not an inner outer belt. So I'll show you one that's off. Similar to this belt here, this is my first setup. It's just a padded inner belt. This one's a little bit different, but it's something I could don it off really quick and easy. It does have a good load bearing to it. The only downside to not having the inner belt is that these belts do tend to shift. That's what the gel padding does help eliminate, but they will kind of shift, and that's kind of an issue. Yeah, like James said in the chat, they're taking the weight off the shoulders a bit. These shoulder pads do a great job at like kind of just padding that weight, especially if you're wearing these plates are only 6 pounds, which I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, 12 pounds worth of plates. Like, that's nothing. Tesco's are 7 or 8, I think. They can get up to like 9 pounds of plate for some level 4s. AR600 steel, or AR500 steel. The AR600 is surprisingly lighter. They can get heavy. These ones are not too bad. I do have some polycarbonate HRT level plates. They're like 2.5, 3.5 pounds. But the problem with those, we'll jump into rifle ratings and stuff. They're rifle rated for 5.56 and 7.62 by 3.9, but very minimal hit ratings, so you can't take multiple hits. Keep in mind steel versus ceramics. Ceramics are lighter. They do have a lower hit rating. You can't take it. They will lose integrity. Steel, heavier, more hit rating, and typically they do have a higher overall rating as far as what they're ballistically capable of stopping. So, for example, I think these ones here can stop up to a 30-06, but it's like maybe 1 or 2 shots, where level 4 plates, or maybe I'm wrong, it's 308. I have to look at the chart. But the SRT ones are only going to take 5.56 and 7.62 by 3.9, but it's not going to be a multi-hit factor. They will take multiple hits, but they will start to lose integrity quickly. Another thing to consider is ceramics versus steel as far as shot placement on the plate carrier. So ceramics, they don't have the same level rating around the outside border of the plate, whereas steel has that same, whatever the rating is true all the way to about 10% of the edges, where that's fairly minimal. So you could get a shot here right in the corner of my plate, and it's going to stop it or deflect it more. Whereas if you hit ceramics, you have a higher chance of it actually penetrating. Not necessarily going to, but you have a higher chance, and I don't want any chances. I will rather carry extra weight and to have the extra protection any day. So we'll move on from this is my grab and go kit to this is the long sustainment kit. So I kind of copied this after my kit that I wore in the Marine Corps. Obviously some things are going to be different, but same admin pouch that I used when I was in. So this is a nice little admin pouch. It's got, flaps and pouches, whatever, all that jazz in there. It's got this is 4 AR mags. It's a HSDA Tacos. This is a double stack, and this is 2 combos with pistols. I never actually ran a pistol mag in these. I always just put a flashlight or a multi-tool in it. Radio pouch for like a larger radio. Either it will fit 153, but this is for our black gear, whichever's we call them Motorola 153s. I don't know the actual model number. The larger black Motorola's. The big, gaudy, ugly dump pouch that I just happen to have an extra one of that I don't like. These do have side SAPI carriers inside, so I have for side plates. I do not have side plates in. This does have built-in shoulder pads as well as 2 quick detach buckles. The back side, we do have just a bladder pouch. The bladder is not ran through the shoulders right now because I just have to refill it. And then I have some plexi cuffs, and I do have an antenna that I just pulled out somewhere. I run my antenna from my radio up and through. There's little loopholes in here for your camelback hose or your wiring for your antenna for your radios. This one is a little bit heavier than this kit. The plates are the same rating. I still have the trauma pads and everything here, but it's just, this is a bigger carrier. There's more on it. That carrier is set up for if I have to be out on a patrol for a long period of time. This is like, I'm going to wear it for a day, a couple hours at a time. I'm not going to be wearing this for long sustainment. I have this to be able to move quickly. And then I have another kit that I use for even being more mobile, and that is the T-Rex Arms Ready Rig. This is a very simple, basic kit. There is no armor plates for this, although you can, on the backside here, there is some hook and loop. You can get the smaller plates, and you can attach just a standalone front plate carrier, just like the pouch, and put one of the plates back in the front. There's not so much of an option in the rear, although I'm sure I could probably rig something up, but that's where your adjustment straps and everything are, so I wouldn't want to put anything in the back. But in the front and the back side, I could very well put a small micro carrier, just individual plate pouch, slide that to the front, and at least I've got some protection to the front, which is where I'm going to be presenting anyway. I'm not going to go whole Black Hawk down and say, I'm going to take my back plates out. I'm not planning on getting shot in the back, because always wear your back plates. Enemy doesn't follow by the same rules. They will shoot you in the back. The color combination on this is not ideal. I ordered this by mistake. I thought it was going to be different. I'll blame it on the fact that I'm colorblind, but I will be getting another one. This is just got an Avid pouch on it, but again, it's all hook and loop stuff. So this is normally, like I said, I can take that off. And this is my winter training kit, so I would throw my hand warmer on. So that placard on, simple and easy. It does hold 3 AR-556 mags. All the pouches all the way back until here are all pouches. I've put multi-tools flashlights. The larger ones here will fit 7.62 mags. I've stuck tourniquets in there. You can fit whatever's going to fit in these little elastic pouches. This is a great little kit. I can get this really nice and compact. I'll show you guys here. I can fit this. I can fit that into a pack, no problem, and just be able to rip that out, throw it on real quick. I've got at least 3 mags and whatever else I have kitted in here. This could be a really quick, rapid response kit, and I think that's why they called it the Ready Rig. You can be ready to use this very quickly. Very, very good piece of gear. Onto the helmet. I am fairly new to this style of helmet setup. I'm still actually tuning this to my needs and to what the equipment that I actually have available. I will eventually be having, I know I have all the nods set up. I don't actually have the nods yet because I'm broke. But I do have the setup for quick detach. I can swap this out. I put GoPros up here. You can put a bunch of different attachments up here. I do have the arms for my ear pro. I just took some Howard lights and disassembled the Howard lights. Some cheap arms on them. This is a cheap airsoft cover, because why spend lots of money? I spray painted this helmet. This used to be a tan helmet. I spray painted it first, and I said I'll just get a cover. Why spend lots of money on gear that doesn't need to be expensive? I will, however, say on the arms, spend a little bit of money. Hardhead Veteran sells one that's like $34, and it applies constant pressure. These ones do not apply constant pressure. The first time I shot with this helmet, my ear pro was not actually seating properly. It hurt. So keep that in mind, especially if you're going to run a comm system through. There's companies that will sell comm systems that will plug into the audio mic into the Howard lights and the walkers. You can run that comm system through to a PTT and then to whatever radio system that you're going to be using. This is good if you need comms. I don't need comms, so I'm not going to do that. Once I start doing more small unit training and things like that, I will have this set up with communications. I will have an IR visible extreme light on this as well as a strobe and the battery pack, and I will fully get this set up. So This has just got the little battery packs in the back. This will act as a ballast weight. So when you do have your nods, helmets tend to roll forward. So that the battery pack also will plug into your nods if compatible. So you're not having to change out your batteries all the time. But it does also act as a counterweight. Suspension systems are very important. Buddy of mine went and got an old Mitch helmet, cut it down, or an ACH, whichever helmet, and he went with the hard-headed Venture a Team Wendy. Team Wendy makes a great harness. The harness itself is expensive. I mean, you could be like almost $200 just for a suspension system for these. They're pricey, but it's worth it. In just a little bit that I've been filming this, I've got hot spots and pressure points all with this helmet. The padding in it's horrible. The suspension system's not the best. The straps are cheap. The buckles are broken. I can't even use it. I might be broken. Whatever. Spend the money where you need to spend the money, and just you can cheap out like a cover. Don't get a crazy expensive cover. This is an airsoft cover, and if I didn't tell you, probably wouldn't have known. So these are Chinese knockoffs. Nobody would have known. The plate carriers are really cheap. All they're doing is carrying plates. It's a plate carrier. It's meant to carry your plates. It doesn't need to be that fancy. If you're doing this for work every day, spend a little bit of money for something that's more durable. But like I say, everything with the firearms community, like money does buy nice things, but do you need the nice thing for what you're doing? Are you going to show up to the range and be like, look at all the money I spent on my gear? But then you go and get outshot by some dude in a Bear Creek Arsenal or a PSA running airsoft gear. Just keep that in mind. All right, so kind of went over the full kit and my setup. This and the three ones that I have is a quick ready kit. This is a medium. I would say my medium kit. This is just for another grab and go, but it's got armor. The other one didn't. And then my long sustainment. I also have backpacks and other things that pair up to it, but we're going to go over just the immediate kit. I do have. I don't know if I don't have that. We're going to go over how much ammo should be in your kit. So your standard typical like combat loadout's like 210 rounds, 6 to 7 mags. That's if you're loaded to 30. I don't load to 30. I'd like to see in the comments what you load out your AR mags to, and why. I load to 28. I learned that a little bit from watching the Warrior Poet Society, and I've had experience with it. If you have these lovely old USGI mags, we talked a little bit too with the guys on the AR-15 podcast, is that the springs on these get so worn out because they were overused from their use. This is a K-A-Y. These were supposed to be disposable mags from like Vietnam era, and we kept using them. And the springs get so worn out because they never replaced them. The springs get worn out from being downloaded and unloaded all the time. So I was able to fit like 32 on average in these 30 every time. Sometimes I got 31 out of them. But what I have noticed is that if I fill a PMag up to 30 almost every time, I would have to really slam that thing home for it to seat for the first round with a new mag. And that's not always good. So especially if you're in the heat of the moment, your drone's going, you go to slap that mag in, and you don't really get a nice seat, and you don't tap it first, and you go to shoot, click, you got to go through your remedial action. But if you just load 29 or 28, you don't have to do that. I do 28 just so it's more of an even number for counting, so I can just go through each mag and know, cool. I know you could just say, oh, well, I've got 10 mags minus 1. Okay, you do you. That's how I do my math. So I have 28 loaded, which puts my loadout obviously a little bit less. Right now this is just 3 mags. So, but I do also have 1 on my belt, so I'll have 4 on me. And then typically I will have a go bag that will have at least 2 to 3 mags, at least, or I should have 4. I should have enough to replenish this. Plus, you're also going to think I'm going to have 1 on the rifle. So there's 5. Think about combat loadout versus civilian loadout. We're not in combat. And if we were in combat, then you should realistically have more time to prep yourself for that. If you're just grabbing your stuff and going because someone can, red flag or red dawn scenario, you're going to have what you have on you. So anybody who's got a surplus of, I got 5,000 rounds, so that's great. How many mags do you have loaded? Because if you don't have the ammunition loaded in 2 magazines, it is useless. You're not going to have time to load mags in the middle of a firefight. So whatever you have loaded, that's what you can use currently in a fight. So 5,000 rounds in boxes is no good. For me, I would rather train with 1,000 and keep 100 on hand than keep, than to shoot 100 and keep 1,000. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Train with the ammo you have. I think we talked about it in the ammunition episode. I want to have, for as many magazines as I have, 3 times that capacity. So if I have 10 mags, I want to fill my 10 mags and then have 2 times that on the shelf ready to go. That's my general rule of thumb. Anything else that I shoot, I replenish. And that's just about the only surplus I keep because, again, I can't shoot it if it's not loaded in mags. So no point in keeping a whole bunch extra. I guess you could just go buy more mags, though, which you should because you never know. State after state are going through all these high-capacity mag bans. Your state could be next if it isn't already one of them. We went over the plates a little bit, different weights, different. I won't go too much into plates because I am not an expert in plates. I know a little bit. I know that this plate's going to keep me alive. I will talk about how to position your plate because I see this all the time, and I can't even do it because the way I'll try. No, I can't. I have this thing set up to where I can't put it on wrong. No, I can. So right here, this is my clavicle. Not right here. That's my clavicle, your collarbone. There's the top of my plate. It's even close. I can't even get it because I have my strap so tight. Your plate carrier should be darn near choking you when you're wearing it. This is not supposed to be 100% comfortable. This is a life-saving device. So right now, this sits, the bottom of the plate sits right at the bottom of my rib cage, and it goes to the top of my clavicle. Same thing in the back. I see this all the time where the front will be good, but the back will be like down here or like just way off. There's one dude who's wearing it, and I kid you not, this guy was wearing a plate carrier. I got plates. And he slaps his belly. I'm like, you want to get shot in the gut? You can survive a gut shot. You put a shot right in your chest, though. You get 3 major organs there you can't live without. I can live without some intestines. I can live without a kidney or a liver. I'll be okay, but I need these 3. So make sure you're wearing it right. Make sure you're wearing it correctly. Test it out before you actually go and have to use it. So again, top of the plate, rule of thumb, top of the clavicle. You should at least be covering that. Same thing with the back. It should be, I think the reference point is, I can't remember the reference point medically, but just take this line, carry it across, put the plate carrier there. Really, at the bottom of it should be where your ribs are in the back, on your back. So next thing is going to be other sustainment items. So if you are on a short mission, long mission, what do you need to take with you? Like I said, this is just a short one. I don't have comms. I don't have anything else. I have some medical, but it's very minimal to light medical, and it's basically on my belt. Keeping in mind too that should I be doubling up on my medical? I have a small in the back med pack. That's a bleed out kit with a tourniquet on there. I've got another tourniquet here, but I don't have any other medical other than a tourniquet on here. And even though this is a great life-saving tool, this doesn't plug holes. It will stop bleeding, but if I get shot in the chest, tourniquet around my neck isn't going to stop bleeding. Don't try it. So maybe having some chest seals here. Where are you going to put them if I don't have an admin pouch I don't want to put on here? Well, the thing about a lot of these kits is that they have, you can see I have a rod called a kangaroo pouch, and it's in here. You can get a sleeve, drops down in there, keeps the hook and loop separated, and you can have a small, tight, real compact med kit. Warrior Port Society, actually, I think does sell them. I could be wrong. But they actually go into the plate carrier, and in addition to like the trauma pad. So to go against your body, you'll have plate, trauma pad, med kit, and it's a real small, like 11 by 10 or 10 by 8 med kit that actually goes into the plate carrier. So you have your med kit against your body at all times. Keep in mind, if you're not using the proper plates or not, your med kit could get it compromised. I don't think that's going to be an issue though. Most plates can take multiple hits, so don't really worry about that. Food, water. So where do you store food and water on your kit? Well, you really don't have much of an option. I do have, like I said, on this one, I have a bladder in here. I think this holds like a gallon, maybe half a gallon of water, which is more than none. You can get stuff for here and here. That's little cool Molly pouches to hold like an Nalgene bottle. A lot of guys we would always just take these with a carabiner and clip that to you. Keep Miles gonna be bouncing around a lot, but keeping this. If you do that, we used to spray paint these, or just government stickers. Spray paint them to mitigate the amount of UV light coming in and tainting your water on long missions. Doesn't so much keep it like cool, but it helps keep it fresh longer. Somehow, science. All right, let's see what else we got to go over. Is went over the plates, we went over that. I think we pretty much covered everything that in my opinion, is important knowledge to know about when pertaining to your kit. Basically, the biggest thing is going to be, what's your mission? That's going to determine how you set up your kit. Does your mission always require you to have a ballistics helmet with comms and stuff? No. Typically, almost 90% of the time I'm training, I don't have this on. I do train with this on because I need to have training with it, but I typically don't. With the helmet too. A lot of people don't know this, and I've had a lot of times at gun shows where I told people, and they're like, their jaws drop. This isn't really meant to stop bullets. If you didn't know that, it does stop bullets. This is ballistic rated to 44 mag, but it kind of is designed to stop bullets from overhead, but not really. It's actually meant to deflect them. So this is not supposed to sit on your head. That's why this is actually incorrect. This needs to have a better suspension system. It sits on top of your grape with some space. That's to allow rifle rounds to go in, go around, and cause very minimal damage, not penetration. So keep that in mind. And plus, if you really look at these helmets, they don't actually protect the crucial spots. Your temple and your T-box are exposed, which those are lights out spots. The cranial cap is where this actually covers. It's really just a trauma helmet, pump helmet. It's not really, bullets this way, but there's people have been shot in the forehead without this or the eyeball and survived. This is just one extra level of precaution. Plus, you have a bunch of cool stuff you can put on there, right, that you need. So your mission, are you going to be by yourself or a team? There's an important factor. A buddy of mine, he runs a backpack, zip-in backpack on his plate carrier. I told him, that's stupid. Why do you need that? He's like, it's not for me. Fair point. It's for the team. So he has water, food, and mags. That's in there for them to get to. So that's just there to supply them, because you can't access any backpack systems that you have without taking your kit off. So if you're at a pause and you're doing a consolidation, sure, drop your kit, take your pack off, get your supplies, sit down, eat some food, drink some water, maybe jam out, stop off some mags, do a round count. But really keep in mind, like, backpacks are not for you; they're for your team. How you're going to lay out your kit if you are going to be by yourself versus a team. If I'm by myself, I need to be able to prepare for every contingency. I have to have all my comms, all my medical, all my own food, all my own water, all my ammo, everything. If I'm in a team, hey, you're the mule, you're carrying extra water, you're carrying extra ammo, you're carrying extra food. So everybody can spread all that load out to make the team, you're not weighing everybody down in the team. And of course, each team works differently. You work that when you do small unit tactic stuff. But didn't really see too much questions down in the chat. Just a couple comments. So let me know just what in the comment section what you like to use on your kit. What don't you like about my kit? Because I don't care. You tell me what you don't like. This is always changing. This has evolved over the years. And as I use it, as I wear it down, break it, and figure I don't like things, I'm going to change it. So by all means, tell me what you like and don't like. And tell me what you're running. If you need anything for your kit, feel free to reach us out. We are starting to get into armor. Armor, plate carriers, other nylon attachments and carriers and devices as such. We can set up your entire belt system. As you can see, I'll do one more little spin for y'all. We can set everything you need up for your belt, from holsters, mag carriers, and other attachments like your radios and toolkits and medical. So get out there and train. We'll wrap this up. Get out there and train. Train with your kits. Train with how to use your kit properly, how to set it up. Train with different types of kits. But important thing is to actually get out there and use this gear. Don't just let it sit on a hanger and be like, cool, look at the cool stuff I have. Get out there and use it. Go on a run with it. Be that weirdo that's going through their neighborhood with a plate carrier and wait it out, running with loaded mags, so you can get a feel for the weight. How much more, I can't remember the exact weight of how much one mag weighs off the top of my head. I should know that. To see how much your full kit weighs. So how much heavier are you with your kit? So go out there and train. And then next week, we are going to go over, get my notes here. Next week is going to be to be determined. I don't have anything planned for next week. So we will let you guys know in a post what we are going to plan to talk about next week. If you have a topic in mind, go ahead and comment on this video on any of our platforms. If we get enough people that have a similar topic, we will go ahead and talk about that topic, or we will just cover everybody's topic if we have time. So as far as that goes, you guys, everybody have a good night and carry with confidence, y'all.